Hey, welcome to the video. So, ArchMage class got a designer's post going over the skills, how to obtain it, stuff like that. I actually haven't read any of it. I just peeked at the thing right here. So we'll scroll through this together. Let's see what ArchMage is like. Also, we get a look at the challenge version of the class. There's apparently a challenge version. Not too sure what the challenge will be. Maybe that's the ultra boss way of earning it. Well, we'll see. So, 14th, brand new end game. ArchMage is a very flexible class, can tailor your playstyle between two modes and scalable skills. This class is sure to have something for everyone. Primary farming class, small variety of roles, very high level, including some solo capabilities and debuffing capabilities. A preview of the class can be found here. Okay. Oh, I think that's the video that we saw in the last video. How to unlock the class. Speak the Warlock in Dragon Ruin Hall to begin the questline for ArchMage. Like any other endgame class, this is a long and difficult journey you will undertake to unlock the class. You can begin the 10 quest saga at level 60, but the requirements of the quest will increase as you progress through them, requiring you to be level 80 to finish the class. The class will not be available for adventure coins. The quest will take you through a journey to master the arcane arts and learn about the various facets of magic. You'll go through many fights, both easy and hard, and overcome some of the strongest fights in the game to achieve the class. Insignias will not be required to finish the class. They can be used as shortcuts for several of the requirements, speeding along players who wish to take on the extra challenge. After you finish the questline, you can take on an extremely challenging quest to empower your new armor and weapon to make them color custom. And now the class abilities. Description. Recommended enhancements. Wizard mana is permeating force, present in all life and space. Archmages guide the flow of free-flowing mana through the air, creating a phenomenon in the physical world and altering its course. Okay, Jesus Christ, I love flavor text so much. Alright, stat model, offensive caster, mana regen. Archmage reads the flow of ley lines around them, regenerating mana only with the use of certain abilities. That is there. Okay. Is that the normal? Is that the one people like? Mage model is what people like, right? That's not mage model. Isn't the damage model the good one? That might not be the good one for mana regen. Skill art looking very nice. Auto attack is 3 targets, infinite range, 1.5 seconds. Very cool, very cool. An unavoidable status spell that inflicted on your foes will reduce dodge by 35% and damage by 25% and crit chance by 15 for 20. Reducing the damage by 25% on your enemy is pretty good to have on your auto attack on a 1.5 second cooldown. So it's just 20 second. Okay. Yeah, that might be really good in PvP as well. We'll have to see for the 3 people that still PvP. All right, emulation. 3 targets, magical, infinite range with a 10 mana cost on a 4-second cooldown. Set ablaze the mana current, consuming the foes around you in an intense inferno and thawing any afflicted with cryostasis. The fire ravenously burns, dealing more damage the lower your magic power and leaving them burned based on the damage dealt, stacking to 2 and lasting 6. Interesting. So it is kind of like how the original Mage. I saw a comment that someone was theorizing that it's going to be like the original Mage, which means if this is like the original Mage, it probably means they're going to be making an Arch. They already did Arch Paladin, it's the first one, but they'll probably do Arch Mage, Arch Rogue, Arch Healer, Arch what's the other one? Fighter. Yeah, so they'll probably do all of those at some point. I would imagine if they're doing Mage, and it's similar to the Mage skills, or at least it relates to the Mage skills some way. Glacial Impact. Rank 2. Targets enemies. Max 3. Magical. Infinite. Mana cost minus 15. Wait, does that... Wait, what? And minus? Does it give you mana? I've never seen that. I've never seen minus 15 used in a description here before. Maybe that is. Let me know in the comments if that's the thing on another class. But I guess it gives you mana on a 2.4 second cooldown. 15 mana. That seems really strong. Well, anyway, still the flow of the mana stream. Flash freezing your foes in place and drawing in 15 mana for yourself. Okay, if I read this, so it explains some. Your foes remain in cryostasis, reducing their hit chance and damage dealt by 30%, while they take 30% increased magical damage for 6 seconds. Okay. That's actually really good, but you got to take into account that's magic. So let's say you had a Void High Lord dealing physical damage, you would not be buffing them. It would be really strong if that did buff them, but It does not. Well, you don't want to use VHL in a group fight anyway, but anyway. Supernova is the next skill, rank 3. This is a 3 target, infinite range, magical. Okay, same old, same old. Seems like all the skills do that. So 20-second mana cost on a 4-second cooldown. All these skills have very low, like 2, 4, 4, 1.5 so far. So it's looking like a really spammy, fast class, which is usually good when it comes to farming classes. Just the quicker you get the skills out, the more like hits you're getting. Anyway, mana bursts forth from you, engulfing your foes in a radiant supernova, dealing more damage the lower your life force is. Ah, yes, the more damage, the lower your HP is thing. You need gear to support this. Any game that has modifiers like this will also have gear that will keep you from getting up above a certain HP bar, but maybe it's just meant to be a dynamic. This working dynamically doesn't really usually work out on classes, but I guess it kind of fits the name of it. Okay, last one, 5th skill, magical, targets yourself, 0 mana cost on a 3-second cooldown, so you're just spamming this, huh? Inscribe an arcane sigil, significantly increasing your magical power. Your arcane sigil increases your damage dealt by 30% for 30 seconds, but the overload of the spell increases your mana cost by 50%. For 4 seconds, it costs 40% of your current HP. Okay, so this would be a way to drain it for Supernova. If you hit that twice, you're down to 80. You're down to 20. Okay. So if the class designers are watching this video, they probably not, but maybe one of them is. It'd be really nice to get like a percent number here, or like some sort of value to indicate how much damage you're gaining from this at what HP level. Because I know in some games like it's 100% at 0, and then like 80% if you have 80% of your health missing. How much damage okay, anyway, would be nice to know, but I guess we don't really need to because it is what it is. Passive, these don't really matter at all. These are just things that should be on the class by default, but whatever. Hit chance and crit chance by 25. Your ability to attune with the mana flow and influence it grants 15 haste. That's good. That's a good passive to have. Like I said, though, it's just part of the class anyways. Every class has passives. It's, whatever they do doesn't really matter that much. Your sigils can use arcane flux to empower, because they could just put those in the base of the class anyway. Yeah, anyway. Shifting between your 2 forms at rank 10, 10% int. Oh, that's good. 10% more int. Casting sigil with arcane flux shifts you into corporeal ascension, giving you 250% endurance, 60% crit chance, and a large rapid HOT based on your mana when you cast. Based on your mana missing or mana in bar. Doesn't say. Casting sigil in corporeal ascension shifts you into astral ascension, granting you rapid mana regen, 60% dodge damage, 20% dodge, and 5% haste with a small rapid HOT based on your mana when you cast. I'm guessing it's like the amount, not the amount missing. ArchMage is a deceptively simple class with a great amount of depth. Being a farming class, it was designed to play smoothly and be simple with very few auras and interactions, but scaling damage and heals in dual mode play give it an incredible amount of customizability and to build potential. Being the first new class to release after the blacksmithing updates, we wanted the class to be extremely representative of the enhancement traits and types. Because of that, the class has incredible synergy with different builds in different scenarios, allowing you to really tune it to your preferences. The core gameplay of the class revolves around your 2 ascension modes. Corporeal ascension allows you to guarantee critical hits and be extremely tanky, but you have to manage your mana more carefully. Astral ascension allows you to have a constant influx of mana and drastically increase your damage over time, but it leaves you considerably more vulnerable to damage. Figuring out how to switch between modes or optimize one mode can greatly increase your power. Keeping up Arcane Sigil grants you a significant damage boost and cost of health at the cost of health and mana for casting it. The lower your health and mana, the more damage you deal. Finding a balance between your resources, your skill usage, and how actively you want to play the class is what ArchMage is all about. Jeez, that's a lot of reading. Holy. Well, if you don't want to read it yourself, there you go. I read it for you. Looking at this, it looks really good. Learning the whole this whole deal with the ascension stuff is going to be interesting. A little bit I like that there's a bit of a learning curve there, but it doesn't seem like it's a kind of learning curve that gets you killed all the time, hopefully. God, I hate that in farming classes. We don't need another one of those. We got enough in the game already. Or actually, that one skill will kill you if you're not paying attention. For this, the one that buffs the supernova, the one that takes 40% of your HP per cast. Yeah, that's gotta be careful not to hit that bad boy when you're farming. Unless you can. Just paying attention, I guess. So yeah, it's a bit of risk and reward with the class, but a lot of damage, really fast cast times, which is a good indication for the class being good at farming. Now we won't know until it's actually in the game, of course. We've seen footage of it. If you want to check out the last video upload, if you want to see footage of the actual class, let's take a look at the upgraded version of the class. Here's what the CC variant of the class looks like. If you were curious about that, if you wanted to go for it. Now we don't know the requirements for the actual quest to obtain it, and I'll be honest, I don't really want to obtain it by looking at it. I mean, the hood's really cool, but yeah, I'm not wearing that armor. But yeah, so the CC like ground rune and cape might be cool to get as well if you want to go for the challenge. If you got, if you want to burn some time, if you're chilling and you got time to waste. So yeah, it might be good to do that once you actually get the class. Although the class itself is supposed to take longer than Dragon of Time if you didn't see the last video to farm. So that's very interesting. This class will release not tomorrow with the update, but on Friday, unless they change their mind on that, which I don't think they did. But yeah, so this is on Friday, not tomorrow. I will be farming on stream when it comes out. You can't buy it for ACs. You can't buy any new classes for ACs. They don't really even have to say that, to be honest. But maybe one in the future will be. It used to be every class they released in the game, including birthday classes, were purchasable for 2,000 ACs or farmable. One you could choose. You can no longer do that in the game. They don't want your money. I guess they want your money for 10k chests instead of classes these days, which I guess is better. Let's be honest. That is a better system where everyone gets the classes at the same rate, and you just buy cosmetics. So yeah, that's about all the rambling I have to do about that. My thoughts, I think it's cool. I will be farming it. It says it doesn't require ultra bosses, and I'll hold them to that. I will be upset if it does, although it's good for the people that do have it. I know some people farmed up sigils already, so they're going to have a huge advantage on the people that didn't farm up the sigils already. And I'm really happy that they're using a requirement that was already in the game and not creating a new one for the ultra boss farmers to go and start farming a new requirement. That'd be really bad. Like, I hate when games do it. I hate when games like introduce new currencies when they already have existing ones that should be utilized. Or not currency, but you know what I mean, like new farming materials when you already have one that you already spent your time farming. So that's my thoughts. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. Even if you didn't like it, dislikes don't matter. So just hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.